Good evening once again, and once again. So yeah, so as some of you already know, my name is Emmanuel. Yeah, and I'm the founder of Epee Tech Solution. On today's section, or let me say on today's webinar, we're going to be looking at how we can create videos, how video is being created. The basic thing I have in my outline here, there are just 5 major topics. But believe me, these 5 major topics is the main beginning part for you to start video editing. You understand? Like they always say, right? Even no matter how long the journey may be, steps actually counts. So the first thing we have here is the introduction of the course and objectives. And the introduction is more of the reason why we create videos. All right, because we can see that okay, there are videos that have been existing for a very long time and they keep improving. Yeah, in terms of the equipment they use to record and in terms of the creativity. So now, everything that you record or every video that we watch has its own purpose. We might not like it, we might not find meaning to the video, but the video is being created for a purpose. You understand? Just like the artwork that we see on our walls, paint artwork, image artwork. Sometimes we find no meaning to the artwork. But if you ask the creator of the art and he or she sat you down, he will explain what happened, the incident that happened that makes him or her create that art that you're looking at. That is when you're able to understand it. So now, we have different type of videos that we watch. We have the one that we call action movie. We have the one we call it English movie, Yoruba movie, and all kind of movie. And funny enough, we have some videos that in terms of comedy videos, right? Now, these things happened by someone's idea. Then that's when we now move to, okay, let's create something around this idea, right? So, but today, right now, basic thing we want to learn is the tools that we use to achieve this video that we watch. The journey is nice. The journey is beautiful, right? At least I can say, in terms of video editing line, I can say probably I'm close to half a decade editing videos. But in terms of being a professional editor in video, I would say 3 years. All right. So throughout this journey, I've tried several software to edit. In terms of sometimes I even do InShot on my mobile phone to edit and stuff like that. Because the reason why I do that is because I'm scared of this bigger software. Because the moment I open the software, I'll be like, come on, where am I going to start from? And funny enough is that this software is very, very easy to use. But if you don't know your way around it, you get lost. And before you know it, you just close it up and feel like I'm no more doing it again. So yeah. So what we're looking at here is the overview of Premiere Pro. The software I'm going to be using is called Premiere Pro. All right. And I'm sorry, we don't have Premiere Pro on the mobile device. Yeah. But whatever we're going to be doing, it's something that any other software can achieve. What I mean by any other software in terms of if you're using CapCut, right? If you're using Final Cut, this software, they are still kind of usable in mobile for you to edit. But I'm not referring you guys to InShot. I'm not talking about InShot. InShot is just a play editor, all right? So now, let me quickly share my screen and open up my Premiere Pro for you guys. This is Premiere Pro, but what I just close up is like an history of what I've opened so far. So, but when you open the Premiere Pro for the first time, you get to see something like this for you creating a new project. So right now, I want to create a new project. So yeah, so having this here, I'm going to call this 1 month. Okay. So yeah, I have to select the project location. So I'm going to select what I always use, Epee Tech. So yeah. So basically, you don't need to worry yourself about all this. These are the free videos that Premiere Pro just decides to give as a training videos for whoever wants to try Premiere Pro out for the first time. So you creating a project for the first time now, you just have to click on create right now. So it might take some time. Okay, yeah. So this is more like it, but don't be scared. These are just panels to say, right? Each of these panels has their own work. And I'm going to try and go through every kind of thing I can go through in terms of the interface of Premiere Pro. All right. So now, for a good example, here, if you open your Premiere Pro for the first time, this interface is going to be different from your own interface is going to be different from what you are seeing right now. This is just the way I set my own to look like to be in terms of the easy access, how I want to navigate on my screen, right? But basically, what I have here is the project section. You can see it here saying import media to start. So here is where we are going to be importing our in terms of videos, music, materials that we need in our video. Here is where we are going to be importing them into, right? And yeah, this one I have here, right now, I'm just close the panel. This is a plugin in terms of applying some effects on our video. But right now, today, we're not talking about this effect. So let me just close this panel out. So yeah, here is the effect that comes along with Premiere Pro itself in terms of the metric preset, in terms of the audio effect, the audio transitions, the video effects, video transition. Those are the effects, and this is the project. Here I have the tools. So these tools that we have here are the tools that we use in editing. Right now we have the first one here, selection tool. So these are the tools that we use to select objects, select clips, which are going to practicalize here. Or let's just do a quick one. Let's first start with importing. So once we import some clips, we then use this clip. We then use these tools on the clips. I think that would be a more of practical stuff, right, to do. So right now, if I want to import, there are two ways to import, or there are two ways I use to import, but I use one the most. Right now, how do you import? You can double click on this panel right now. When you double click, it opens your file explorer, and you have to locate where your video is that you want to import. All right. Or you can decide to open your file explorer yourself. Then you can decide to drag your videos. For instance, I have video editing here, the week one. Yeah, I have some videos there and some audios. All right. So these are some videos here. So I can decide to highlight everything if I need everything, and I can drag it inside the panel here. So now there's one thing I want you all to know. When I drag these videos here, the videos are not inside Premiere Pro. Please take note of that. The videos are not inside Premiere Pro. What is here is just a link of the video that we have in our file explorer, that we have on our system. This is just all these things that we have here is just a link to our main video on our system. So now it's better you arrange your footage at the early stage, because you don't want to start importing icons, videos, music, audios that you need in just one panel like this. So later you might start looking for some clips, some objects, and it might be stressful. So what I always do is that I try to create some folders, which in Premiere Pro it is called bin. When I come down here, I will see new bin. So when I click on this, it gives me a chance to name my bin. So I'm going to name this one raw videos that I recorded with my camera, my phone camera, or my normal camera. So I want to have that inside this place. So I highlight it. I click on one clip and I click on control to select them all. Right. Then I drag it inside the folder. All right. So yeah. So the same thing I want to do for my sound. I can call it music, I can call it sound, or whatever you like to call it. So here I'm going to call it sounds. So as well, I want to highlight all the audio or sound or music into the sound. So now, this video I have here is not a raw video, all right? It's something that I want us to work on. It's just what I think we can try out in terms of the trimming, the cutting, and how I achieve this 15 seconds video, all right? And looking at the video itself, like, it's more like, if you look at the recording section, the down part here, you can see my hand picking the clothes, taking off the clothes. But the one I call the results, such seconds is not appearing on the video in terms of it's been cut out, it's been trimmed out, right? So, and it makes it more faster. The purpose of this is just to reveal the clothes. And I believe some of us have seen this kind of effect on social media a lot. So now, but that is what I want us to achieve today, right? But going back to the main, in terms of the arrangement and everything, right now I've been able to arrange the raw, the sound. So the next thing I want to create is a folder called process. So this folder called process is a folder that I always use I keep my editing work. Anything I'm working on is always in my progress. So that's where I have it. So here it's always just empty like this. I always have folders here around here. So yeah. So now in my raw here, if I click on it here, I have my raw here. And the same video you can see here. If I click it here now, this is the main video. And this is how I was picking the clothes one after the other. Like, I believe you can all see that, right? So, but the result is kind of look different. This video is 2 minutes plus 3 minutes. But in my final results, I achieved it in less than, let's say the video I dropped 15 seconds. That being said, right? So now if I want to create a sequence, what I mean by sequence, you can see here in our timeline here, there's something here I want us to say. Here we have timeline, and you can see it says no sequence. So what is meant to happen here is our layers, what we're working on, what we want to work on, is meant to be here. But right now, we don't have anything we're working on. All we've done so far is the footage importation, right, and the arrangement. So now to achieve that, you want to click on, I'm going to go to my progress section. And here I can come here. Here I can see an icon here saying, beside my bin, saying new item. If I click on it, it shows me some kind of options of things I can create. The sequence, project shortcut, offline files, adjustments, several things here. But what we are looking at here today is sequence. All right now is sequence. So when I click on sequence right now, I get to see something like this. And mind you, this is not the only way. This is not the only way for us to create a sequence. All right. I can close this right now. I can come down to my file here, come down to new, and I can see sequence. Or I can select Control N. I can click Control N on my keyboard, and it creates the sequence for me. I mean, in terms of this panel, it will pop up for me. All right. So now, basically, we have a lot of options here. So whatever you are creating, there's a purpose for it. I mean, in terms of video you are creating, is it for cinematic movie? Is it for cinemas movie? Like in terms of a big screen? Is it for YouTube channel? Is it for Facebook channel? Is it for Instagram? There are lots of sequence that you can create here, but there are default one that I always use. And I have a reason why I use them, which I will explain right now. Now, here I have the ARRI. And to be honest, this ARRI, through my year of experience in Premiere Pro, I've not even sit down to think of what is the full meaning of ARRI. I don't care. Though I'm supposed to know, but I don't really care because I'm more of a practical person, all right, than theory. I'm more of a practical person. So yeah, so it's just there. I know that, okay, this folder here gives me what I want, all right? And there are some things here that we need to look at. Here I have a folder called 1080p. All right, this 1080p now is in terms of the size of my video, in terms of, okay, landscape size, right? If you watch YouTube channel, if you watch YouTube videos, it's always landscape. I'm not talking about the shorts. I'm talking about the main YouTube videos. It's always landscape, and it's achieved by 1080. All right, that's the length of it. 1080 by 920. Right. So we have that, and we have another one here, 2880, right? This one is this is for the sizes. Now, if you check if you're watching YouTube, you can see that on YouTube you can increase the quality size of what you're watching, right? So now, if probably your video is in high quality, you might be going for something like 2080, 36,000 size. So when they change it, the quality comes out more. But if you are more of a person that recorded your video in terms of HD footage, we have HD, we have 4K. I believe we all know this, right? 4K is more quality than HD. But you don't just record 4K if you don't have a good reason for recording 4K. If not, I just wasting your time, because once you don't recording 4K, you still bring it back to HD. So it's more like you're wasting your time recording 4K if you're not going to use 4K. But if you have a purpose for using 4K, then it's good to go. So now, mainly here I have in my 1080, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 different files again. Now, I use the 76. Why this? Why not 24? Why not 25? Why not 29? Why not 30? Now, the reason why I use this is because this allows me to narrow down my frame. For instance, now, this 23 it means 23 frames per second. 23 frames per 1 second. What you watch in 1 second, I can be able to access it 23 times before it enters 1 second. That means if there's any mistake, any kind of silly error in my video, I can be able to cut it out before you guys watch it. Such error will not come out. But if I use 24, right, it means there will be kind of it won't get to, like, there's something that will be missing in the clip. Like, I'm able to narrow it down. Same thing if I use 25 is higher, 29 is higher, 30 is higher. So 23 is just the best to use because it gives me the chance to go deeper into my clip. So that's why I select this. So yeah. So here you can rename your clip, your sequence in terms of, let me just name it video 1. So now that is not done yet. If I come down to my settings here, I get to see some things here. Editing mode, you can see I have ARRI cinema. So yeah, so this is what I'm using, the cinema side. So you can see it here, the time base, 23.976 frames per seconds. So I will to get that. So now you can see the frame size, 1920 by 1080. Here I can change it. If I want a vertical video, I can try to bring this one. Okay, I will create 2 so you can see the difference. So once I change the frame is right, and the frame is the way it is. No problem with that. The audio, yeah, keep the audio by 40,000. It's okay. So yeah, the display format, audio sample, these are fine. All right. So yeah. So once you're done with that, you can as well want to save your presets. So probably you change some settings here. You don't want to come back here all the time and be changing your settings, checking the settings out if it's correct or not. You can save your presets. You can save as presets. So I can come here and save it as let me see, as YouTube uh frame size. So I can save it like this. So now, yeah, if I see it here and I can see the customized side here and I can see YouTube frame size. So next time I need to go to my AI to go and create two settings. I just come to my customized folder, then select it, I'm done. So yeah. So now I have something. All right. Well, that's the landscape size. Quick one, let me quickly create a vertical size so you can see what I'm talking about. So here I can just come back here. I can click on sequence as well. Go to my settings here and I can switch around. So instead of 1920, I will use 1080 by 1920. So this will give me what we call reels on YouTube Shorts, or probably Instagram, Facebook. This is what we use as reel when we are watching our reel video. And when we are watching our landscape video, this is what we see as landscape video. So this is how to create these two, to do the two sequence rather. So yeah, so that's that about that. So now I'm working with, you can see here as well, down here, I have two sequences right now, the video one and the sequence 03. Right now, sequence 03, I don't want that right now, so I'm going to get rid of it. So yeah, it's gone. So yeah, it's here in my project, but it's gone in my timeline rather. So now, here there are some things, there are two things here rather. I have one line here, if you can see it very well, a line here. This shows the videos, while this shows the audio. So quick one, let's quickly drag a video. So I will go back here and I will go to my raw. So I'm going to use this video for example right now. Right? The colors are there, everything is there. Unlike this one whereby the color is being fade out for a purpose, which I will tell you guys later, right? So now this one now, when I click on it here, I get to see the video I recorded, right? The entire video, my errors, my everything. So yeah. So now I can decide to drag this video into my timeline. How can I achieve it? I can come to this video here and drag the screen from the screen here and drag it to my timeline. Dragging it now gives me the video and the audio together. All right. Yeah, I have the video, I have the audio, which is fine if that is what I want. But sometimes I might not want the audio. I might just want the video. So now, if I want the video alone, I can see the icon here that says drag video only. And besides this, I can see another icon that says drag audio only. So if I want audio, I can drag audio. If I want video, I can drag video. So that's the two things. So if I drag audio here, I get to see only the audio. And if I drag the video, if I drag the audio, I get to see the audio here. But it has to be in the audio section if I'm dragging the audio. And as well, video, it has to be in the video section, which is the top part is the video, the down part is the audio. All right? We can have as many as possible. But right now, let's just talk about something, right? So now, if I drag this video right now, the entire video, the audio and the video comes here. So if I click on any of these, they are all together, right? Like Tomotia, their parent, like parent and let's say parent and child, right? So I can try to unlink them. All right. If I want to unlink them, I can just right click on the clip here, and I will see unlink. So this allows the video to stay aside, the audio to stay aside, if that's what I want. So yeah. So that being said, so now When I click on this right now, let me go back to let me link them back so we can add them together. So when I click on this, there's a panel that comes here, effects control. Now, in here I have effects control, I have text, I have geometric scope. Now, this panel, you might not see them on your Premiere Pro for the first time. How do I achieve them? How do I get them? If I come to my window here, I can see some stuff here. All right, I can see projects, which is what I'm working on right now. I can see, okay, yeah, the geometric color, I can have it here. So I have it here. I can try to put it somewhere that I prefer to have it. And as well, I can close some panels if I don't need them, right? I can close some panels. This text panel right now is not in there. I can just click on it. I will see the close panel. I can close it. So I don't have too much of panels on my screen. And believe me, I'm using a bigger screen. Sometimes I still use external monitor because it's just too much. So imagine that you are using a smaller screen. So that means you don't have some panels open if you're not using them. So when you close the panel, don't panic. We have it in your windows where you can come back there and open them. Your history, can have your history open and arrange it wherever you want to put it, and it will be there. Everything I've done today right now, this is my history. So history to me is not useful to me, like why learning my history. But sometimes if you are trying to do undo or trying to go back to check what you've done in the previous, you can also check your history out to be able to see what you've done and everything like that. So yeah. So but the point here is that your panels can be found in your window here. There are many things you can trigger on and off here. So that being said, let's dive into some tools here. Like I said, we have these selection tools, right? So now if I go to my effects control here, I have to select the layer, the clip. Now, this clip is called layer. All right. You can have multiple layer on layers in Premiere Pro. All right. Like for instance, right now I have this clip here. I can let me bring this this footage for an example. Right now, I just need the video, not the audio. So if I drag the video now and I put it here and I check my program panel here, now I can't see the closed video. Despite that the layer is here already. But because this video is on it, it has covered it up already. So that means any clip that is at the top is what I want to see. The one below it will not be seen at that particular time. But if I move forward and I am able to get out of that clip, I will see the first layer back again. So that means this is a layer, like anything that is on each other comes first. Unlike the way it's arranged. This one is the first one, but this is the second one. But the second one is the one coming first before the first one on our screen. So don't be scared about that. That's how it works. So that being said, so as well, if I come to my effects control here and I go to my motion, I can see some stuff here. I can see scale, position. So right now, let me try and reduce my scale. Scale, it means in terms of the wideness of the clip, right? Right now is 100. So I can try to reduce it. So now I can be able to see the layer, the first clip under it, right? So now the point here is that I want to talk about the selection tool. So right now, if I click on this second layer and I come to my motion here, I can use it to move my clip around, which is a selection tool. So I select and I move it around, right? And I can use it to scale it if I want. Use it if I want. So yeah, so that's scale, right? So, and as well, you can try to adjust your scale, your position. From here, you can decide to position it to your left, to your right, to the top, the bottom, anywhere you like. But there's something here I want us to look at, a scale. Now, this scale here, I have scale and I have scale width. The scale width is disabled. I can't access it, right? Because is uniform together. If I click on this on uniform right now I can see that I can adjust the width if I like, and the height will not be affected. And I can adjust the height if I like, and the width will not be affected. But mind you, you don't want to do that to your video. You can only do that to your text in terms of maybe you are trying to customize your text, whereby we talk about that later. But mind you, it is possible for you to adjust the height separately from the width if that's what you want. But I don't think you want that for your video. And we have the rotation, like rotate, you can rotate it if you want to rotate, so probably go to the, just play around it. And we have the anchor position. This one is about this thing at the middle here. If I move it, this thing up here, and I change my position, you can see how it's rotating right now. It's no more centered, right? Because the anchor has been changed, right? So that's about that. And we have position. You can fade it, opacity rather. You can fade it, you can increase it to be 100, and you can fade it to lower the opacity. We have the blending mode, which we'll talk about it later. We have the soft, the darkness, we have a lot of blending mode here. That being said, right, now go back to our main clip here. Yeah. So also we have some other tools here. This one is used for something else, which you can't try out here right now. You can't try it out here right now. We use this for what we're talking about, multi-cameras. So we have here, we have this one is used for basically for tools. You can remix your music, you can stretch your audio, you can roll up your audio, you can ripple your audio. So we have that, which I'm going to try out later. But mainly, we're trying out the cut, the razor. In terms of blade, right? We want to cut out some things, which is what we want to do today right now. So we want to cut out some unwanted area in our clip. Also, we have the pen tool. The pen tool is serve a purpose, which we are going to talk about later. Yeah, but we don't need this right now to this section. We have pen tool, we have the objects in terms of rectangle. We want to create some shapes, circle, we want to create angular tools and stuff like that. And we have the hand tool. If you want to move around in your frame, maybe I zoom this to maybe 200, and I want to move around. I can use that hand tool, right, to move around in on my footage. So now as well we have the zoom. So now if I click on this, if I hold it down, I'm able to see some other options that I can use there, right? And I have the text, the normal text, and we have the vertical text. The text that it goes on vertical line in terms of something like this, right? So we have that as well. These are tools that we can use. Right now, let's just jump into something, right? In terms of the cutting of this particular video to achieve something amazing. So right now, the audio of this clip, I don't need it. So I'm going to I'm going to right click right there and unlink it, then get rid of the audio. All right. And how do I do that? I just select the audio and I press delete on my keyboard. All right. Plus on my keyboard, it expands it for me, and I can minimize it in terms of pressing minus on my keyboard. And as well, I can come down here and expand it and collapse it wherever anyhow I like. And as well, this side as well, I can decide to expand the video. Right. Audio, I can decide to expand my audio layer as well. So right now, I'm going to expand this up because I want to work much more on my timeline. So I can try to expand this to give me the details. I can try to use V and C. So V is for me to select, while V is for me to C is for me to cut, while V is for me to select. I'm going to move into my stuff, and now I can expand it. Like I said earlier, right? I said this sequence I created, as I said earlier, in terms of when I was creating this sequence, I said this sequence is 23 per seconds, right? Now, if I move my mouse to the right hand side, it gives me, you can see it here, it gives me 1 milliseconds. This is milliseconds, this is seconds, this is minute, this is hour. So right now, I have moved just 1 milliseconds. Imagine that this place is an error. Playing it, you guys will not see the error because I'll be able to cut it out. And if I move second one, that's second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12. So let's try it out. You can see 23 milliseconds. Now, I'm now in 1 second. That's the point of saying the frame, right? Per frame. We get 23 frame per 1 second. So if you want more, you can go for a different sequence to give you more frame, right? So with this right now, let's check it out how I want it. So I'll just move, we'll move ahead. Here right now, I can see this is where my hand come into the scene, right? So I just want this part first. So that means everything at the back here, I don't want it. So my keyboard, I press C to change my cursor to razor. So I click, I cut it here, and I change it to V instantly. And I select this clip, I throw it away by pressing delete on my keyboard. So I can drag this back to the beginning. All right. So yeah. So now I want this just for 2 frame. 2 frame is okay for me. 2 frame. 1, 2. I'm okay with this. So anything now, I want to press C to cut as well. So I want to play it and cut out this part where I pick up the clothes, I remove it away. Yeah. So I want to look for the perfect 2 frame for this as well. So here I'm going to cut and throw away this, the one at the back away. And I can right click the middle here and I will see repeat delete. This will join my first clip and the other clip together to match each other. So you can see here it just changed, right? From this to this to this. So here I also need 2 frame. 1, 2. So I cut. I press on C. So I look for where my hand comes in. I'm looking for where I need that third cloth, right? So I need 2 frame as well. Right now the cloth is coming out here. So this is a wrong thing to do. This will be better. So I'll just cut, ripple. So yeah, 1, 2 is okay. Check it out to look for where the third cloth comes in. Perfectly, no destruction, no disturbance. Drop this back here. 1, 2. I got. So I want to believe that you guys are getting it right. There is no magic in this. But once I'm done, you can see the magic happens. But right now, it's just, this is how it works. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I need it when the clothes changes, right? So as well cut. So here I need two frame as well. 1, 2. So I can cut and I can drag it. So I better drag it so it doesn't look too kind of mixed up because it's even, I want to get rid of this. Yeah. So my hand is coming here already. So I'm too fast and to look for a better side. So 1, 2. So I cut it. I drag it to make that. So yeah. And as well, I can decide to drag this up to just close that part up. In 1 second, right? Okay, yeah, exactly 1 second. And everything I have here, if I play it now, it's just changing of clothes. So it's more like these colors are changing by themselves, whereby it's not by themselves. Now, person did here. That being done, right? All this clip now, there's something I want us to take note of this. Now, when I drag this here, when I move this thing, I can see that there's a magnet that make this thing together. A magnet. Though even like if let me take it up. You can see when I drag this thing from here, there's a line. It's a line at that edge. Something here, right? That shows me like a hook. So it happens because I toggle on the magnet. If you come here, you can see snap in timeline. If I uncheck this right now, or let me say if I off it, I disable it, that magnet will not work again. It just goes smoothly. You can see there is no hook. Nothing hook it. So it's nice to have it because sometimes you might kind of make a mistake in terms of trying to move your clips to each other and it might overlap on each other. It might overlap the other clip. That really helps a lot. So you want to enable it. Another thing I want to do to achieve 2 seconds is I'm going to do a reverse, right? This is a play that goes forward. I want to reverse it. Okay, how can I achieve a reverse? Well, first of all, before I do that, this is not part of our outline, but this is like a kind of additional thing that it's for us to achieve this project, right? To achieve this video. So I want to highlight the entire clip that I've achieved. I want to highlight it. How do I highlight it? I just click on my mouse. I hold on my right click on my mouse and I drag it to highlight everything I want to highlight. So here I can right click on it and I can see next. This next allows it to be one clip. So it's asking for a name. Yeah. So now right now is now one clip, right? One clip. Well, if I double click on it, it takes me to a new sequence where I have those cut out clips. But in my main video, which is called video 1, I have it as just one clip right now. And if I go to my project here, I can see that next that I created. It is here outside here now. That is it. So now I want to duplicate it, right? I will hold on to my Alt on my keyboard and I will click on the video, on the clip rather, and I will drag it out. That's a shortcut. So here I have a duplication. So I can move it closer to it. Then as well, I can now come here to right click and I can see this place called speed/duration. If I click on it, this is if I want to speed up my video, whereby this one we'll talk about later. This is not our main focus today. But here I can see reverse speed. So when I click on this right now and I press OK, this clip, if I play it on its own, is taken it from the back to the front. So now I want to make this together. So when I play it now, it takes in and it takes out. Yeah. So that's what I achieved there. But based on our time, I can't do everything right. So yeah, so but that's the cutting and reverse in terms of this. So and as well, you might want to put a sound under it. Sound is very important. Today we're not talking about sound, but sound is very important. Sound gives the feeling, like the emotion you want to have in your video, your movie, whatever it is. Scary movie is because of the people that is acting it and the sound effect that is happening. That's where you get scared in a movie. All this emotional movie, whereby sometimes you watch a movie that you cry, is because the person acting it is acted well, and the background music that relates with that just give you that kind of emotion, connection, and you know what? Just have to cry if you're someone like me that's, is kind of emotional person. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This give me what I want. Here, there's something here, quick one here as well, a quick one. Here you can have the mark in, the mark out. Marking means where you want your video or your audio to start from and where you want it to end in terms of where you want to cut out, right? This audio is 1 minute 45 seconds. I don't want 1 minute of seconds, right? I just want a particular part of that audio. So I want to just cut in and cut out, which means mark in and mark out. So from the beginning, I want the sound from the beginning. Yeah, so I want it out here. So I mark out and I just drag. You can see this one is an audio. You can see I can't drag the video and I have it here. It's too long, but I have to just make use of it. I will duplicate it again to give me that thing that I want. That thing. Yeah. So I think I just reduce this. Yeah. So yeah, if I play it now, I think this is where I need the audio. The audio is not syncing with that video. I think I need it here much more better here. That's just basically what we can achieve today, right? So, but before we end it, because I'm going to give you guys this video to edit as well. Either now, the point here is that either you're using CapCut, what you've done so far, it can be achieved with your CapCut. Believe me, you don't have to cut a frame that you need, then you put it together, then you put an audio under it, you are done. So what I've achieved so far here can be achieved as well on CapCut, because I believe CapCut is what most people use on mobile. Believe me, don't be scared. What you've done right now can be achieved on any editing software. How to export, right? Let's just quickly do how to export. So when I'm done here, I want to come to my export here. Yeah, so I want to go to my exports here and I'm exporting this one into my video, the location, the name of my video is video one. Yeah. Now here, this preset here, I can convert this to 4K if I want. All right. If I want 4K as well, I can convert it to 4K, but it won't be original 4K. It's just like a duplication, a duplicate of 4K. It won't give that good quality because the video is quality HD. I'm sticking with 1080, the main stuff. The format I'm using is 26:4, right? You can change it if you want. If you want PNG in terms of image, right? QuickTime makes sense a lot. This thing here, we're going to discuss it at the last section, all right? That was our fourth week. Right now we are here. Just click on this and we go to video. You might want to change it if you don't want to use the exact match. If I click on here, if I toggle this one out, I can change the frame again if I want to change it. But if not, I can just click on match source. Match source means it should match what you create earlier, right? And here I want to come to mode here. I want to render maximum depth. I want to use maximum render quality. This gives me the quality. This gives the video the quality itself. It won't reduce the quality. Here as well, I want to come down to the bitrate settings. I want to use the second one. I can be able to maximize the bitrate to the fullest, right? Yeah. So this one now, if you right now by default, the best is 15. And if you check it here now, the 4 seconds video is 4 MB the size. If I reduce the bitrate trigger to probably to 10, it reduces the size as well. So, but the point is that the more you reduce the size, the more you reduce the quality of the video. So you want better quality, you want to increase the size of the video to give you better quality. And also, mind you, if you are dropping your video on Instagram, if the quality is too high, Instagram and network will reduce the video by themselves, which can make your video worse, right? On your phone, the video will look nice. When you put it out on Instagram or on your WhatsApp, you feel like, what is this? What is this? It's because, number one, the internet might cause it. Because if it's not too fast, the server will try to find a way around it to reduce it, to make it upload, right? That is one. Or probably the video is too, the file is too large for the Instagram or platform policy. They will bring it back to their main quality. So that might not be what you want. So yeah. But if you're looking for YouTube, right, is the best. You can increase your size because YouTube has their kind of, if you want to watch low quality, you can watch it. If you want to watch higher quality, you can watch higher quality. So yeah. So this settings is mainly for YouTubers because I'm a YouTuber, I'm a YouTube person. So yeah. So I would rather choose for 15 to give me a better quality. Then I click on exports. It's export out. Believe me, this is very fast, but sometimes your exporting can take you 3 hours, 4 hours. Sometimes I export, I just leave it there, I went to bed, and it get done in the morning based on whatever you are editing. Sometimes I edit 2 hours video, 1 hour video. Imagine that 4 seconds gives me just 7 MB, right? Imagine talking about 2 hours video. That is like probably maybe 10 gig, so maybe 12 gigs sometimes. If I go to my video now, I should have it in my video now. Yeah. Now, if you have any question for me right now, this is the best time to ask a question.
Okay, all right. Thank you so very much, Mr. Emmanuel, for the teaching and for taking out your time to give us this outstanding value. I just want to ask, are we meeting every week?
Based on the question you asked, right, we are going to be meeting every Tuesday night, like this, every Tuesday night. But on the group, we're going to be communicating like every day. Like every day, we'll be communicating on the group. Because right now, I'm going to send the assessments to the group for you guys to practice. You guys will give me feedback. If you have question, you drop your question, I attend to it. You understand? So we'll be able to do something. So when we meet next week, Tuesday, it's a new thing we are talking about.
All right, thank you. Please don't forget to help us with the YouTube name where we will get this video for your rewatch.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. It's been an amazing section.